and I'm happy and honored to say that the first community event we've done as a department is with the Nepali embassy. So thank you for that. It's going to be a memory for us. The second thing is, His Excellency the Ambassador mentioned that partnership is essential to the department because the embassy is a partner, community leaders are partners, and it's an important part of the LMI's role. Now, I had a look at the questions that were sent, and a lot of the problems that are there are solutions for. But a lot of the time, the problem is not whether or not there is a solution, is how can I get help to solve that problem. So I'm happy to say that we've been also working very closely with the Expat Protection Center, 995, and they handle a lot of the issues over there. For example, if I can look at, I can take a look at some of the pictures. Also, His Excellency the Ambassador sent me these yesterday, but I don't. These are the questions, you see? So, for example, I'll go through some of the questions that appeared. Some other questions that require detailed answers, so we'll get to them later. But for example, the minimum salary. It says, what is the minimum salary standard for expatriates in Bahrain? As a general worker, can I ask my employer to increase my low salary? And that goes, and that is very much connected to another question about the job contract substitution, right? So it says here that my recruiting agency in Nepal has given me a contract with a minimum salary of 100 BD, food allowance 30, overtime allowance for more than 8 hours work, medical coverage, no detection. But then when you come to Bahrain, the employer made me sign another contract. So these two areas here are exactly the area where the EPC can help you out, the Expatriate Protection Center 995. Because the issue about the Expat Protection Center is they are there to help. They are there to ensure that workers' rights and obligations are enforced and that the employer doesn't abuse those rights. Because they have an obligation, they have a duty to respect the contract, right? So anything that is not in the contract, my advice to you, and we did a briefing session, and we'll continue to raise this as well, is to contact the EPC. If language is an issue, they have translators. If there is a waiting list in the phone, call again. You can visit them in person. The same is true for. There was a question about passports return, right? I want to return to Nepal because of the dispute between me and my employer, but the employer didn't give me my passport. Now, the law requires the employer to keep the passport with you. And since they started implementing this, enforcing this, they've returned over 9,000 passports. So the law is with you on this one. When you come, you have to have your passport, your CPR, your identification. And if there is an issue, then you can call 995. They'll contact the employer. If there is an issue with the employer, then they'll return it. The same about, for example,